Shanshan is now gradually leaving the space of shear that has been pressing its intensification, and it will soon witness a rapid intensification. It is right now at 26.2 north, 137.3 east, and it is still a category 1 based on severe scale. Its current muster-throwing winds right now is still the same, 17 knots or 18 miles per hour, pressure up 969 millibars, and moving northwestwards at 13 knots. The TCOS is at code yellow with a score of 57 points. The storm is going to develop considerably since it's moved out of the massive space of shear that has prevented any visible intensification, as this shear area is moving southwest, is currently stalling northwest, and might brush Kyushu shores as a category 3 major typhoon in the next 3 days at peak intensity that I forecast will be at 110 knots or 125 miles per hour, which might threaten with considerable catastrophe to Kyushu and Shikoku in form of severe floodings and landslides with category 4 force gust wind. It will have landfall in Shikoku on Wednesday. That might be one of the strongest landfall in Japan since 2018 JB. Shanshan is now 492 miles from Minamitane, 510 from Amami, 552 from Ainan, 558 from Kagoshima, and 604 miles from Naha. Code is showing Shanshan stalling northwest in the next days before bending east, heading towards Shikoku, was landfall on Wednesday and might witness a rapid intensification as it moves closer to coastal areas of Japan. The storm is expected to turn category 2 tomorrow morning, as it is now moving away from the affection last year, with shear having some southwestern movements. Then it will turn major typhoon status in the evening or early hours of Tuesday, and it's forecasted to peak at 110 knots by JTWC that might sustain the intensity to landfall. Afterwards, it might turn to an extratropical cyclone inland and continuously pass through Shikoku and arrive in Hokkaido a few days later. Sea surface temperature is currently extremely hot with 31 Celsius of water. The shear is actually a bit lower with only 20 to 25 knots, as the storm is moving out of the more powerful portions of vertical shear earlier. Its GFS forecast is calling for a high in category 4 super typhoon intensity with minimum pressure of 947 millibars that is expected to make a catastrophic category 3 major landfall in Shikoku and pass through Shikoku at 110 knots. Having with the rainfall forecast is calling for some really massive surges of rain with probably over 250 millimeters in eastern Kyushu and western Shikoku, which is said to bring potential of dangerous severity in some major cities like Kagoshima. And here are the multimodal comparison. The intensity is going to gonna rapidly rise on Monday. It might peak the next day with a TCTCX forecast actually goes for 135 knots or can even be 140 knots, which is a high in category 4 and low in category 5 super typhoon that's a bit outlandish to be expected at this moment. HFSA is actually forecasting 113 knots at peak that can decrease a bit at landfall, probably by 125 knots, yet it will still remain destructive and historic generally. HWRF has for even lower, low in category 4 typhoon at 120 knots, which will quickly drop when preceding landfall, and JTWC forecast for around 110 to 150 knots of peak intensity. Deep layer shear is going down at this moment as the storm is exiting the space of shear and entering more conducive environments near Japan coastal areas. Therefore, rapid intensification will obviously happen tomorrow. The majority of forecast strikes follow a route towards Shikoku or Shikoku for landfall and will eventually steer the Russian far east, with only ECMS forecast Shanshan to steer east, pass through Kansai and might reach Tokyo. HWRF also stands out with a potential landfall in Kansai. Sea surface temperature is rising and might peak at 31 Celsius on Monday when Shanshan moves the shore of Japan. Related humidity will continuously drop down in the next days from 70%.